I am grateful. I truly am grateful. God has been so very good to our family. And even when we mess up, He is still faithful. And I sincerely prayed that God would help us with our financial situation. And He led me to Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University course that was at a local church. And then that led me to this wonderful community. And when I tell you that this scripture right here is nothing but the truth, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that is Philippians 4:13. And after reading your comments on that debt confession video and some of the things that were said in those comments reminded me who to put my trust in, who to rely on. And I am grateful. I am truly, truly grateful. Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel, The Almost Organized Owl, where we are on a mission to get organized in our finances through budgeting, cash stuffing, and savings challenges. If that is something that interests you, please stick around. Okay, so I want to give a very heartfelt thank you so very much to every single one of you out there who have commented on my videos. I truly, truly appreciate it, particularly on the debt confession video. That was a difficult video to record and information to share, and I just am overwhelmed by the support and care, advice, and sentiments from you all who have commented on that video. I am truly, truly grateful and extremely appreciative of your words of encouragement. There were some comments that as I was reading them, tears were flowing from my eyes because I could tell that you were just that touched with my situation and that you were going through your own situations. And some comments I laughed because you kind of gave me a kick in the butt, shake a tail feather, get it together, make a plan and work the plan. And I appreciate all of it, every single piece of advice, every word of encouragement. I appreciate every last one of you all. And I want to say thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. I truly appreciate it. And I am working a plan. I wrote down the notes from your advice. My husband and I have been in meetings and we have been trying to get some plans together. I will have an update for you at the end of this month, but we are working it and I am so grateful. Check in for the month of February. We went through and tracked our expenses and actually wrote them down. Now, this is only the second time that I have officially tracked our expenses from the beginning of the month until the end of the month. That is not something that we did before. We just, we went through and spent the money, but never actually tracked our expenses from the beginning of the month to the end of the month. We even have no spend days. Okay. So we are making some pretty impressive progress. But I will tell you that we have some growing to do in this area of spending, and being able to write it down and track it is really helping us to improve. We did that for the month of January. I only recorded the first 2 weeks of it. The second 2 weeks got so behind that I didn't post that film, but I have it tracked and I compared it with this one. And I will say that we are doing better this month than we did last month. So just keep that in mind as we go through our expenses. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into these totals. Now, the way that we budget off camera. I know that was one of the questions that someone had. We do budget, but we budget off camera. So I haven't actually filmed a budget with me, but if that is something that you would like to see, please feel free to leave that in the comment section and I will consider it. So we budget bi-weekly, and so our expenses are kind of tracked on a bi-weekly basis. I mean, they're tracked weekly, but I lumped them together bi-weekly because that's how they are budgeted. Okay, so for the first category is groceries. We budgeted $450 for 2 weeks, and we spent $605 for the first 2 weeks of February, which left us a negative balance of $155. Groceries is a tough category for us. We tried our best to stay within budget, but you know, we have 4 children who eat like grown men. And so we're just going to move on from there. Transportation, $200 is what we budgeted, and we spent $231, just $31 over budget. Typically we do well with gas. I think the extra $31 is contributed to we got the car wash in this first 2 weeks, and so that was about $30 and change, and so we ended up spending that, and that's what took us over with our transportation, because the car wash was unbudgeted. Now I'm not sure if you can see family fun because it's a little bit light, because yellow is the color that I chose for that, but we budgeted $30 for family fun, and we spent $47. And that left us with a negative $17 of overspending for that category. I believe what happened here was we probably took the children out somewhere and ended up going over our budget slightly. Next up is our personal category, and we budgeted $60 in this category, and we spent $95, and that is an overage of $35. This personal category is comprised of expenses including my husband's haircut, the dry cleaners, and probably coffee runs and a few lunches throughout the couple of weeks. All right, next up is children. Children, we budgeted for $50, and we ended up spending $93 within the first 2 weeks of February. I believe that had much to do with a couple things, and that was the 100 day of school, I believe, was in that first 2 weeks of February, and they ended up needing crafty things so that they can make their 100, you know, whatever it was, craft beads or something. One of the children wanted to wear a wig as an old person, you know, that sort of thing. So that ended up working into there, as well as some of the Valentine's Day knickknacks that we get for the classroom. Next is invest category, and it's called invest because I believe that when you spend personal money on business expenses, it's like an investment into your business, and so that's the category that we have it under. For the first 2 weeks of February, I had a challenge that needed additional shipping outside of my original challenges, and I was unaware that people would actually want to buy multiples of the challenge, and so shipping multiples of that particular challenge required, you know, additional packaging, and you know, it was a higher shipment cost, but I didn't realize that, and so I went ahead and made that purchase. Okay, next up is health. $2 for one of our children had a prescription for allergy medicine, and thank God the insurance covered most of it, minus $2, and so that's what that is. And so we have the totals for week 1 and 2. Total budgeted was $790. Total spent was $1,135, leaving us a negative amount of $345. Okay, let's move on. All right. Okay, so we have groceries for week 3 and 4. We budgeted again $450, and we spent $420. Do y'all see this? We were under budget. Do you see this? For 2 weeks, we actually came in $28 under budget. I was so happy to see that. Even though we had gone over by $155 the couple weeks before. But we are celebrating this victory right here. This is green. We are in the green here because we stayed under budget. Okay, that's probably, I think, the only category. Let's move on. So under transportation, we have budgeted $200, and we ended up spending $1,994. Okay, so we had some repairs that needed to be done on our car, and it was more critical than we thought. We thought we had a little bit more time to save up more money. I was using my I'll Save $500 savings challenge to save up, some money for that. No, honey, we did not have any more time. There was a nail. We were driving with a nail in one of our tires. The tread on all of our tires was below whatever the standard is, and we needed new brakes and a whole slew of things. and so in order to, pass inspection, which also we had to do, we needed to take care of all of those things. And so we had to pull from sinking funds. We pulled from, a few savings challenges, and my husband received an additional check, so thank God for that. That also helped contribute towards paying that off. These are expenses that we have to pay. I mean, there's no way to get around that. But I thank God that we did not have to put that expense on a credit card, that we were able to muster up the cash to take care of this expense. That is why that is there. And next up is family fun. And we budgeted $30. We ended up spending $121 in the second 2 weeks of February, leaving us an overage of $91. Now, I will say that in this these last 2 weeks here, my husband took our children kind of like a daddy-child event, to give them that quality time, because he's been working a lot between his regular job and, bringing in some side hustle income. In addition to, like I told you before, he is in a full-time doctoral program. So his time is spent, doing all of these things. In addition to those three things, he's also, works heavily within the church. And so within our church. So his time is spent. And he wanted to dedicate some particular time to spend with our children because he had like a little break in his school schedule. And so he wanted to pop that in. And so that is where these additional funds went. They went to the ice cream shop, and he just spoiled them. That was those funds. Next up is personal. For these last 2 weeks, I didn't put anything in our personal envelopes because we needed to use those funds to help cover the cost of the car. But we still ended up incurring some costs, which was $87. And so that's why we are over $87. I want to say that this was probably, coffee runs and some energy drinks. And I know that I went and ended up pulling $5 from somewhere to give to the Girl Scouts for Girl Scout cookies. Y'all, they got me. Those Thin Mints are delicious, and they are my favorite. We also like the lemon cookies. For all those who like Girl Scout cookies, please drop down in the comment section your favorite cookie. I would like to know that. But yes, the girls, they got me. So that was a combination of those little things with over that 2 weeks. And then next up is our children's category. And here we budgeted $50. We ended up spending $46, so we came in under budget for them. And this was probably just a few things. I know that some of the children needed some underclothes and little things like that. And so those things kind of added up into this $46. Okay, and so then we have, next up is our health category. Now, I have not been budgeting anything for health because my husband has been having a certain amount taken out of his paycheck to go into the FSA account. But needless to say, we ended up having to pay, excuse me, $40 out of pocket This expense was a combination of two items. I believe that one was allergy medicine that ended up costing about $20. And then the other one was probably, I want to say the other $20 was for the rescue inhaler for one of our children. And then so we have the totals of $730 for budgeted, $2,710 for spent, and then that leaves us with a negative balance of $1,980 of overspending. So our totals for the month are here. And so our totals budgeted was $1,520. Total spent was $3,845. That is a negative $2,325. And this money, and you ask, where did you get the money from to cover all of your overages? This is a combination, or this money, these overages were covered by the combination of pulling from the sinking funds, savings a few savings challenges, my husband's side income, and the additional check that he received. I do not budget the side income only because I don't know what that amount is going to be from month to month, from week to week. It comes in whenever he is able to put in those additional hours. And so I try not to budget for it. And so when it does come in, it catches these overages for us. For week 1 and 2, obviously we overspent in all the categories, but it was less than in January. So that is a good thing. There was overspending again, but again, that is due to, circumstances that we had to take care of. And we are celebrating the fact that we were able to pay for our car repairs with cash. Okay, so this is it for our overview of our spending. And I just wanted to show you all, this is where I actually keep the detailed version of our expenses. This is how I track them, by listing them in our monthly spread here. I know this is probably a whole lot to view at one time for someone who really likes minimalism, and it does look a little bit cluttered, but it works for me. It's just one huge place where I can track each one of our expenses individually on the day. Like I said before, I used to have a running list of our expenses, but then when something would come through the bank account later than something that I had already tracked, and I had to try to erase that one that was above it because I like to keep it in date order, sequential order. So it just ended up being too cumbersome. I like this easier. So if something comes through later, I can just pop it in to the date where it's supposed to be. Okay, so that is it for this. And I just have some happy mail that I received today in my mailbox. And this is from Rebecca over at Here to Their Journey. And let's see. I was not expecting this, so it was exciting. It's always exciting to see happy mail in my mailbox. Let's see what it says. Oh, this is so pretty. Thank you. What you thanking me for, Rebecca? Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, this is her savings challenge. I saw somebody with this. Okay. Thank you for your wonderful happy mail. I love your channel and Etsy shop. Rebecca, Here to Their Journey. Oh, thank you so much, Rebecca. Oh, wow. This is so pretty. Look at this, you guys. Here to Their Journey is the name of her channel and her Etsy shop. And look how beautiful this is. This is so nice. Wow, this is beautiful. Thank you so much, Rebecca. It totals up to $100. I believe this is in her Etsy shop. Listen, you guys, Rebecca is such a sweetheart. She is kind-hearted and generous. If you have not done so already, please feel free to check out her channel and her Etsy shop. There's some really great items over there. I was able to get a few of her I think they were those tracker slips that you take to the bank deposit slips, and the slips that you want to, if you want to write out how much you want to take back to the bank, from the bank and to the bank. There were 2 different slips. But yes, feel free to go check out her channel. Thank you so very much, Rebecca. I truly appreciate it. This is really beautiful. Thank you for sharing this with me, for giving this to me. I really appreciate it. This wonderful community. Thank you so very much. I truly appreciate it. That is all that I have to share for this video. You all please stay tuned for my next update. I have some cash stuffing videos that are coming up after payday at the end of this week. So thank you all so very much for watching. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And oh my gosh, thank you for all who are new. Everybody who is new has been coming to my channel. Thank you so very much. Oh my gosh. I think the last time I checked, I was at nearly 640 subscribers. Can you all believe that? That is fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so very much. I truly appreciate it. And if you are new here and you haven't done so already, please let me know in the comment section. I really would like to speak with you and interact with you in that way. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, bye.